is that one thing I've been thinking about prior to stumbling into Michael's site was that Messiah's ministry had to be on a year of Jubilee, otherwise statements on debt and forgiveness seem obscure. So he's not quite asking a question, but what do you
Okay, well, I don't think that forgiveness is would be at any time inappropriate. However, there was no year Jubilee that was calculated during the Second Temple period. As we know that the Israelites did not even keep the Sabbath year for the 490 years of the kings. And that's why we owed 70 years in exile, just as Moses prophesied. If we didn't keep the Shemitah year and let the land rest, we would be taken out of the land by an enemy, carried away, and we would be in their land, and during that time the land would rest. And so that's what happened. We did not even keep the Sabbath year. The Jubilee year was calculated during that period of time, but it was never fully done, which included the land going back to its original owners, etc. However, during the Second Temple period, there were no Jubilees that were ever kept at all. There was no Jubilee year, and what Yeshua says in no ways relates to a Jubilee year. People try to make it, but it doesn't. It doesn't even fit within the parameters. His lifetime does not fit. It fits in between Jubilees, actually, in Yeshua's lifetime. And even now, today, in 1952, that's when the rabbis in Israel instituted, in 1952, a Shemitah year. And so every seventh year from then on was calculated as a Shemitah year. Now, from 1952 to where we are right now, in 2014, there would have been an intervening Jubilee year. But they do not calculate a Jubilee year. Why? Because of the legal ramifications of turning the land back and everything else that goes within that. This is not being done in the land of Israel. And even the Shemitah years, or the years of the land resting, the first year it was done in 1952. It was the chief rabbi of Israel, the state of Israel, who, on paper, signed over the entire land of Israel to one Arab for the year. So now the land of Israel doesn't belong to Israel, it belongs to this Arab, so that everyone could keep working the land because it doesn't belong to a Jew. And then at the end of the year, it reverted back to Israel, and so they kept on working it. They've done that a few years, and then finally other rabbis got involved and said, hey, I want a piece of the action. And so they individually sold individual parcels of land to individual Arabs for the year so that everyone could keep on working it. But it was in the year 2002 that for the first time that we saw it, and you were living there too, you saw that they were actually putting up signs. We are keeping the Shemitah year, come do business with us next year, actually letting the land rest. And now, by 2009, the next Shemitah year was even more farmers, more people, more of the kibbutzim that were actually keeping the Shemitah year. So it's gaining some momentum and some realism in it. But there was no Jubilee calculated in the Second Temple period, and it's not being done today. And it was not in Yeshua's day and time.